I'm not sure whether we were on tour in the States or not, or we were just maybe like rehearsal or something, and we got a call from our manager saying, you're gonna go to Germany and start touring over here, remember that? She was like, the song is in the charts or something like that, and it was really surreal in the beginning. So we had no idea what was happening over here, and we came over here and the song was on the radio, and it was amazing, it was really exciting. At that point, we had already toured for a while in the States, so we were kind of at a certain point, and then the success in Germany kind of took it to the next level for us.
That one song brought us a lot of attention, and it's done a whole lot of good for us. It's been a great thing in our life. And I don't know, we want to follow it up with more success with this new album. It's taken us a while to get here because we wanted to make like the right album, but we didn't really see Hero being such a success because it was, to be honest, like the 4th or 5th song on that album that we tried to promote, and nothing was really working too well, nothing was sticking, and then we put Hero out and it became such a success that now we kind of measure all success to that, up against that, and we hope to surpass it on this next one. We were coming off an album that didn't do very well, and we kind of felt like it kind of was a flop, and we were disappointed, and it kind of hurt. And so we took a little bit of time off, and then we decided, that we were going to make another album because we didn't really know if we were going to. And we decided the best thing to do would be to sort of get away from Los Angeles, get away from civilization, and go out to the mountains and rent a house and live there and write and as a band and live as a band and create a new album, create a new sound, or make something important that mattered. And we sort of, I don't think that we were ready at that point. We hadn't taken enough time off, and we hadn't really figured out what we wanted to do with our next album. We were basically kind of going out there with the same mindset and the same attitude as the last 2 albums. And I think that we needed to grow, but we didn't quite know how to go about it. And so we sort of ended up, we were partying a lot, we were not communicating well, we were tired, we were just out of sorts, and we weren't really being very productive. And so we stopped, I left the mountain, and then we ended up like a few months later kind of coming back together, and I think started to move on from the past. We decided to make some changes in our lives, no more partying, no more wasting our time, and we kind of became more committed and more focused and more honest about what we were doing creatively. And then that's when this album really started to take shape. We started kind of writing more honestly and more, with more, I guess, enthusiasm for the project. And then sort of the process went from there as it does, finding producers and whatnot.
This one might be a little bit more confessional, or a little more honest, perhaps. I don't know. I mean, it's hard to say because we're so in it. But I mean, maybe it sounds a little bit less wrought, like less teased apart. It's kind of just open, honest, and simple.
There was a duality to our home. On one hand, it was very loving and nurturing, and we were given support and freedom by our parents to turn into who we are today. On the other hand, it might have been a little bit better to have more structure, to have more heavy-handed parents. I think as you get older, I think most people realize that all of our parents are just kind of big children. And so like now I see that my parents were just trying their best, but at the time I think I wanted more from them. But I think that we were able to have a fun childhood, and whatever we went through as a family, we were encouraged to express ourselves creatively. Our father would play the piano, our mother would play the flute. They both loved to write. I think that we kind of followed their example there.
I think that it's a hopeful album. I think, you know, like, everything's gonna be okay. And I think that that's kind of what the album's about. It's just that there are times when it seems like it isn't gonna be okay, but I don't know. I think it's hopeful.